I live with two Dutch guys, and they're really rude. Does my hair look good?
No.
Really? It doesn't look good?
I mean, looks like you just got out of bed.
And no, it's not just them. Rudeness is a trait that's ingrained in Dutch culture.
But I didn't make any mistakes. Only you played poorly.
Oh, wow. Hey, guys. Jan Maas is not being rude. He's just being Dutch.
Don't try to argue with me on this. The Dutch are f***ing rude, and it's also my favorite thing about them. They don't think they're rude, though. I think they're rude. And we're both right. Let me explain. Did you ever have that one friend who always talked back to his parents but was never punished for it? If I were to do that, I would be sent to my room immediately. I really viewed that behavior as wrong, but my friends saw no problem with it. It was just a cultural difference within our households. It's the same thing with countries. The Netherlands is just way more direct when it comes to negative feedback than us Americans. That's why Dutch behavior registers as rude in my brain and not rude in theirs. The first time a Dutch person was really rude to me was when I met my friend Bart. I was telling him how I had lost a lot of muscle while I was traveling because I hadn't been to the gym in a while. And I compared myself to our friend Roger. Roger's like really jacked, really shredded. And I was like, I'm nowhere near Roger's physique. And Bart started laughing and he goes, yeah, no shit, dude. You're absolutely nowhere near him. And that came as a complete shock to me, but I also thought it was hilarious because back home, if I were to say that to an American friend, they would have said something like, oh, don't worry, bro, you'll get there soon, or you'll gain it back soon, don't worry about it. But my Dutch friend, he just told me how it is. Yeah, obviously you're not fucking anywhere close to that physique. In the US, we sugarcoat the hell out of our negative feedback if we ever give any at all. If we're gonna give a critique to someone, we always give a compliment sandwich. We give them a couple compliments beforehand so that the critique doesn't come off as harsh. But the Dutch would probably find that behavior to be disingenuous. They'd probably see right through it, and they might even see it as deceitful. A Dutch person would really appreciate just truthful, honest, negative feedback, and that would be completely normal to them. The thing is, having direct people in your life is actually a blessing. For example, if I was starting to become a jerk and my behavior was starting to get bad, I think some of my American friends would just ignore and try to avoid conflict and they wouldn't say anything to me. But I think a Dutch friend would just be straight up honest with me and say, hey man, you're starting to become a jerk, you should stop that behavior right now. This is Derek, he's from the Netherlands, and I just wanted to ask you, why are you such a rude asshole?
Well, first of all, you are an asshole for calling me like this and asking me this. I think you just should always tell the truth. Be honest with people. Doesn't matter whether it's positive or negative feedback. People will find out the truth eventually.
The thing is, when you know someone is completely direct, there's a lot of trust in that situation because you know the person is going to say exactly what they think. Yeah, it can sting when Derek tells me my hair looks bad.
Looks like you just got out of bed.
But when he actually compliments me, I know he's telling the truth, so there's a lot more weight to that compliment and it means a lot more to me than from someone who isn't direct. In Erin Meyer's book, she states that a Dutchman will use the word excellent on a very rare occasion when they actually think something's excellent. In the US, people use excellent all the time for anything, even things that are kind of mediocre, so it loses its value, it loses its substance and its weight. But in the Netherlands, it really means excellent. What have you learned about your own culture from traveling?
Well, first of all, you probably already noticed that yourself, as there are like Dutch people everywhere. Sometimes people don't like Dutch people, like the first time they meet them, but when they hang around Dutch people more, they realize how cool Dutch people are, and Dutch people always become their favorite persons.
The Dutch aren't actually trying to be rude when us Americans or other cultures get offended by what they say. They're just direct, and that's just how they are. So to them, they're being normal. I have to say, after 8 months of traveling, that the Dutch are my favorite out of all the European countries. With direct people, you never have to guess what they're thinking, if they're putting on an act, if they like you or not. It's truly very relaxing.
Again or not again?
No, that was good.
Ow.
I just need to tell you, thank you for being so rude because it's made you a really good friend.
I don't like your hair right now.
Oh.